Hello and welcome to The Rest is Football with me, Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer and Micah Richards. The round of 16 starts today. We're recording this before that, but because I don't want to lie to you people. I don't want to lie. Don't need to. The point in the tournament where it all gets very exciting. It comes alive. Knockout football, win or go home. On today's episode, we're going to go through all 8 matches of the round of 16 and discuss where the games are likely to be won and lost, as well as giving our predictions for who we think will reach the quarterfinals.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Honestly, it's when the tournament comes to life. Knockout football is there's nothing like it, is it? The draw, it's like all or nothing, isn't it?
Especially when a lot of the third games in the group were very, very cagey, weren't they? I mean,
Because
obviously
of
the best result was Georgia beating Portugal, but a lot of it, there was the Austria, Netherlands, I think, as well. But other games were like so cagey and poor, weren't they?
Turgid.
Yeah.
Turgid. They won't be now, though.
No, not at all.
I mean, you still get games that are not great, but in knockout stuff, when someone's got to go through, even if you end up with a 0-0 at some point, you got a penalty shootout at the end of it.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. And obviously, pretty much all the big nations, football-wise, with possible exception, I would say, of Croatia, have gone through into the last 16. So let's run through them in the order of which they're going to be played. Probably the most equal game, I would say, in terms of how they've performed so far in the tournament, Switzerland against Italy, which will be live on BBC One on Saturday, today, if you're listening to it. So what do you think? It's a tough one, because I think if you'd have said this before the start of the tournament, you got to fancy Italy to beat Switzerland, but Switzerland were much more impressive than Italy in the performances so far, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think been really impressed with Switzerland. I think they're really well organised, got a good structure about them, and I think they'll get through this one. You know. I think I'm gonna go for Switzerland to get through. I'm not convinced with the Italians attacking wise.
I think Switzerland got more up front. We talked about them in the previous episode, didn't we? Mbolo.
Yeah. I look at Italy defensively with Bastoni and Calafiori.
You're not going to go against your mate Bastoni.
No, I'm not going to go against them purely because on transition with Chiesa. Chiesa was on the bench for, I think it was the last group game. And when he came on the pitch, he changed it massively.
I was really surprised he didn't start.
I was surprised, yeah. But I agree with Alan in terms of Italy up front. They're missing something. They're missing that little bit of a spark. We know what Scamacca did at Atalanta last season. Very good. We've seen him closely in the Premier League as well.
You're doing your analysis on the forwards, aren't you?
Yeah, that's Alan? What I'm going to do. Yeah, they're just not firing, are they? I mean, they brought them on to play together. Obviously, he's not convinced because he's left one out, played one, brought them to play together. Hasn't worked either way, to be honest. So I'm not convinced, no.
I'm not sure as well. Italy need to... Spalletti likes to play 4-3-3. And when he was at Napoli, front foot, brilliant. Great wingers, especially Kvaratskhelia. When they went to a 3 at the back, they just didn't look the same on build-up. So I think they'll win it if they'll go 4-3-3.
I'm going to go Switzerland.
As well?
Yeah. Oh.
Interesting.
2 Switzerland, 1 Italy.
Yeah, I've got a feeling. Switzerland, you know, they kind of always go under the radar a little bit, but I think in the last Euros, you remember France, weren't they like 3-1 down and came back 3-3? Obviously, Mbappe missed the penalty in the shootout.
Yeah.
And they won then. Nobody really fancied them. And I think and that was a much better France team than this Italian team, I think. So I've got a feeling, I think it'd be really tight, could go either way, but I'm going to get off the fence and say Switzerland.
Forza Italia.
I knew you'd go there.
Dai, andiamo.
Well, you played there.
Of course.
You played there for 10 minutes.
I'm 10% Italiano. Mi piace molto.
What is it?
You know what it was? You know what pissed me off though about Italy?
No, I don't.
So I was learning the language. As you go, you try and embrace the culture when you go out there. And I used to ring a taxi when I didn't drive to go there. And I always remember, I used to live at number 48, Via de Bardi, Ponte Vecchio, by the bridge, by the old bridge.
The old bridge. Wow.
So I used to ring
spot.
beautiful.
Wow.
Luca Toni's apartment. I've told you before. Wonderful. Brilliant.
Florence is gorgeous.
Oh, it's amazing. I might retire there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What now?
Well, a couple of years.
Have they got any pen wings in there?
What an idiot you are. But anywho, so I used to ring for a taxi. In English, can I have a taxi? I'm going to Centro Sportivo, which is a training ground. So after a while, you get a bit of, you get a lot more confident. So I used to start saying, okay, posso avere un taxi 48 via Bari, per favore, which is outstanding Italian. Outstanding.
Well played.
And you know what's the guy or the woman, when you ring a taxi, the person on the other line, what's it called? There's a name for it. Like, there was a name for
Deirdre? Florence?
The person who answers a phone.
That's it.
Yeah.
Penguin.
This is penguin.
And so I've done all my work, I've gone in there and I've put so much effort into learning them out. Just say, okay, you taxi me there in 5 minutes. And just absolutely
Well, at least she knew. She could have gone, huh?
And so, after that, my confidence was down.
I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
So anyway, you fancy Italy to get through?
yes. I fancy it to go. Operator, I was looking for.
Operator.
The operator. Fucking hell, guys. I needed you.
That's
you've got it
when
now.
used to ring 100 when 20 years ago when the operator answers.
The operator, when you ring the line, operator
that's the word. That's right.
Operator I was looking for.
Yeah, okay.
Cheers.
Well, you do, it's fine.
Do you know what operator is in Italian?
I'm just guessing.
I know what it is.
What?
Operatore.
What? Ooh.
Operatore.
Operatore.
Everyone knows that.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, yeah.
Bullshit, I'm just making it up. Right, let's move on to the second game. That is the host nation, Germany. They're playing Denmark in Dortmund. That's tonight. And, the host nation have been impressive so far. So hard to go against Germany, isn't it?
Yeah, I think with the home crowd, with the expectation and everything else, I don't think it'll be an easy game for them at all. I don't think there'll be many goals, but I would fancy Germany to get through, yeah.
Agreed. I agree with Alan, but I just think the crowd at this stage of the competition, there's gonna be electric. I'm gonna go with Germany. Not easy win, but yes, Germany.
I've admired what Denmark have done, and I think they get the best and the most out of what they've got.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a huge fan of their goalkeeper, Kasper Schmeichel. We love him in Leicester, and I think he might be in for a busy evening. But it'd be a great atmosphere, and
they made it hard for England, didn't they? Denmark. They were really well organised.
And England were poor that day.
Were poor, but they made them poor, guys. They didn't allow them to play. They pressed really well.
I'm sure they'll have a plan, won't they, against Germany?
Yeah,
as well.
they'll make it tough for Germany, but I just think Germany will just have too much for them.
Oh, I totally agree. And to be honest, even as a neutral in these sort of games, the tournament's better when the host nation goes at least deep into the tournament. It's better for the atmosphere, especially can you remember when I talk about the World Cup here, but you remember when Brazil lost 7
to Germany,
to Germany?
Yeah.
Remember that? It's like the whole country in Brazil went into mourning. It was unbelievable. It was terrible. But I think, you've got to fancy Germany to progress. England play Slovakia in your favourite place, Alan, Gelsenkirchen, where you had a lovely trip. That's Sunday. Sunday, the early of the two kickoffs, 6 o'clock. German time.
We're just waiting for England to start on. They can't be as poor as they have been. I know they haven't been beaten in the top of the group and all of that. I get that, but they haven't played well other than the first 30 minutes in the first game against Serbia. So we're all waiting for them to start, click into gear, and he's going to make changes. So, I've got to go. We'll have to go for an England win.
Correct.
I think it'll no doubt about it. They'll improve and they'll get better.
I agree. I think England are going to click into gear now.
Yeah.
I just think the last game against Slovenia, there were signs of them getting higher up the pitch. Now they've just got to sort the last bit out, the creativity. I think we'll be fine. 2-0 England.
I think, well, I'm going to go with England anyway. I think should win. It's remarkable how the draw's fallen for England.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not the first time it's happened for Gareth, obviously, which is great because it's really important to have a bit of luck at some point in the tournament, and that might be it. You've got most of the monsters on the other side of the draw, and even that little twist of Georgia beating Portugal, which meant England played Slovakia instead of Netherlands. I mean, Netherlands game, you're thinking, that's. I mean, they've not been flying either, but you're going, they've got some players.
If there's a time,
I don't want to be disrespectful towards Slovakia, but
come on,
they should be very,
you get
very
Slovakia
strong
before.
favourites.
You get the group that we've been in.
Yeah.
You get Slovakia.
Yeah.
You're on the right side of the group. You've got to now hope. Remember the last Euros? What was the knockout stages? I remember
Germany.
we had to pick Germany.
Which
they was in transition at the time.
Yeah.
Then we had Ukraine.
Won easy. That was a great performance, but yes.
Yes. Then we
Denmark.
I mean, we should be beating these teams with the players that we have. So we're on the right side of it. It's time for us. You know what it is? It's time for us to take responsibility as players, managers, and say, we're better than you. Let's play on the front foot. That's what we need to do. And have that confidence and have the arrogance that we see week in, week out.
Yeah, that has to come from the leader. But he's got England through most games in knockout stages against weaker opposition. That's true. Apart from obviously Germany's perhaps the one big country we've beaten in knockout football. Would you say in Gareth Southgate's tenure? Probably of the big boys. Yeah. So
you would have said to them, "Who do you want to play? Do you want to play the Netherlands or do you want to play Slovakia?" There's no doubt who you would have said.
Of course, I mean they'll never say that.
It's a good draw. You've got to make the most of it.
But yeah,
they'll be buzzing.
Yeah. I think we're all going to go for England. Anyway. Yeah. The next game, Spain-Georgia, which I mean it's a wonderful fixture, and I think it's probably Georgia with the story of the first group stage, and. But Spain have been so impressive, haven't they?
Yeah, Spain. I would go with Spain. I don't think it's going to be easy because I think Georgia really work hard as a team.
I've got a feeling that after all that energy they expended against Portugal, and that was like their cup final. That was like them winning the Euros to them to get through by beating a brilliant Portuguese side, even though the second string was him. I think even if I don't think they'll have that too much expectation probably going past Spain, but they've got great energy.
They have.
And they counter really well. And we know Spain play high, really high. And if there's a team that can catch them on the break.
Well, he scored after 2 minutes or a minute, didn't he, against Portugal. So
it's a good point.
Yeah, they had an amazing day. That was their night. They owned that night, and they all enjoyed it, and rightly so. And it was a great moment for them. But I can't see any other result than Spain winning, and probably winning comfortably.
I've got a feeling we'll agree on all the matches in this round because the way it's worked out, all the big footballing nations are playing kind of the lesser footballing nations, if you want to describe it that way. We've reached Monday now. Monday, the 1st of July, the early kickoff. France against Belgium. I've not been very impressed with Belgium so far. I'd be very surprised, wouldn't you, if France don't win this one?
Yeah, I like you. I thought Belgium would have offered a lot more than they have done. We did their last group game, didn't we? Sat and watched it, and it was really, really poor. 0-0. Wasn't great at all, other than De Bruyne, who's an incredible player still. So for France, for me, I think they'll have too much for them, too much pace going forward.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say about France at the moment is that certainly in the last game that they played, they were a little bit unbalanced with the Mbappe situation. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he pops Mbappe back to the position that he actually really enjoys playing.
Yeah, would agree with that. I think we need to get Griezmann in the team.
I think he just rested Griezmann.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
he just gave him a rest because he's not a spring chicken anymore, and they were already through. So I think he was just giving a breather, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he's got to play.
He'll play. I think the thing is with Griezmann, why he's so good and so important is because he can play in a variety of different positions. Whether he plays a bit higher up, he's played eights at times. He's tracked back, holding role at times. I think a lot of the talk's going to be about killing Mbappe in the game, but I think the key man will be Griezmann. I think he's the one who can unlock the door.
Yeah. And it was interesting that he kind of played Conte on the right side of midfield and as really an attacking. I mean, he's great at bursting lines. He's all over the pitch, but he's in the final. Once he gets into the box, you can see he
doesn't do his best work.
What
am
I doing here? He's like fish out of water. But what a player! So I mean, France are one of the absolute favourites. All agreed on that one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to agree on every game because the next one's Portugal, Slovenia, and Portuguese players, apart from Ronaldo, were all rested in their last game. That would be a monster upset if Slovenia pulled that one off.
Can't see it. Can you?
No.
Portugal were really be disappointed with the result that they had against Georgia, but as you say, a lot of the players were rested and left out. So got to be Portugal.
They defended well against England and they were very organised. But it's kind of different when just a draw would see you through, and so it's Portugal are good. They're going to be good. I think in this, I think they could go. I mean, they've got that tough side to draw. That we'll talk about at the end about what it means and who plays who, but Portugal, so many good players, in that squad.
Yeah. Portugal, I think I don't say it's going to be easy for them, but they've just got players everywhere on the pitch. I think the key player in this game will be Bernardo Silva, maybe Fernandes as well, maybe for set piece, because Slovenia like to drop really deep. One of my ex-teammates actually plays for Slovenia, Ilicic. He's at Fiorentina with. He came on in one of the games. It was really nice to see him back playing as well, because there's a story about his mental health, and he was out the game for a while and he come back, and it was a nice moment for him to play.
What's he like?
Really talented. He's one of those, again, really gifted technically. Doesn't really like the work rate, the work of the game, but on his left foot, wonderful left foot.
Was his Italian better than yours, or?
Oh, well, way better than mine.
Yeah. We'll all go Portugal. Who wouldn't, really? Okay. Romania. I think what a performance from them to get through.
I've not seen them play. I've seen the goals. Yeah. I've not seen them play once, which frustrated me.
It's sometimes that's how it works. The way we do this in television, obviously, when we split the games between ITV and BBC, obviously sometimes it falls that you don't cover it. I didn't cover a Romania game either, and obviously the last time they played, you're also playing at the same time, so you can't see it, but. Beyond highlights, no, neither have I in this particular tournament because the way it's fallen. But they won the group. But a tough draw for them, though. Yeah. Of all the teams that have won a group and then played someone, it's Netherlands. Who are you going for?
Yeah.
Are you two going for the Netherlands? Are you? If you are, I'm going against you. There's no way that the group is going to be as simple as everyone's going to win. There's going to be a story somewhere along the line.
Correct.
This could be that story.
Wow. Okay.
So
I'm going Romania.
I'm going to go Romania. Yeah.
On penalties or maybe.
It doesn't matter, does it? Just to get through. So I'm going to go Romania. Just Some. It's not going to be as simple.
Ooh. No, I'm going Netherlands.
So am I.
I heard you. I listened to you, but I've got to disagree.
I get that. I understand it.
Yeah, I like
different.
I like that you've pulled that one out the bag. I really do. Well done, Al. Right, the last of the 8 games in the round of 16 is Austria-Turkey. Austria, 2 of the probably surprise packages of this tournament.
Yeah.
Particularly Austria. I mean, they've played brilliantly under Ralf Rangnick. Really brave, really high.
Won the group. Been really impressed with them. So I would have them to win this one. Yeah, I don't see Turkey troubling them. Definitely been the surprise package, but they've been really impressive.
I'm going to go Turkey.
Oh, no, I was going to do that.
That's all right.
I'm going Turkey.
Yeah.
They got Gula
Yeah.
on one side, Yildiz on the other side as well. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but they've got a left back who's right-footed. And when I'm looking at Trippier, I'm thinking, you can do this. He goes really high and wide, energy, quick, and he leaves space for Gula or Yildiz on that side when they've been rotating to do what they need to do. And I just think they've got Çalhanoğlu as well in midfield. I really believe Turkey. Sorry, Gary, have I stole your thunder?
I'm gutted.
It's all right, boys. You can agree. It's fine.
But I thought this was one might just win me the whole thing when at the end because I was going to do the because I there's always a team that flies in the group stage. They play brilliantly, get good results, and everyone goes well, and then something happens to go out. And I think that might be Austria, and I'm probably wrong, might be wrong, but I got Turkey with my dark horses before the start of the tournament, so I was going to stick with them. And I just thought if you'd have gone that would have been that's the only one we would have had different. But we might both regret this because Austria have been brilliant in this tournament so far. So I'm going to go Turkey too.
Sorry, before how do you pronounce that, Gary? I don't. This is the.
Do you think I speak Turkish?
Well, you're better at this stuff than me.
Kadioglu.
Is that what?
I've no idea, but
he's unbelievable. Is that Fenerbahce?
yeah, I know he is. Yeah, I know. I don't know if that's a correct pronunciation that I've come up with, but Kadioglu. Yeah.
Do you want to have a go at it?
No.
Oh.
Penguin.
He's been outstanding. He's been one of the players in the tournament for me.
Penguinoglu. Yeah, I'm going Turkey as well. So we'll make notes of those. I think obviously we agreed on nearly everything except a couple of games. So I just want to talk about the draw and what it might mean. I'm sure all our listeners know and our viewers know. So there's one side of the draw that's incredibly strong, and if I'm correct, the quarterfinal side of the draw in the top half will be Spain, France, Portugal, and Germany, which is a bit tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Spain will play Germany.
Oof.
And France, Portugal. I mean, two incredible games. And two big boys will go missing in that one. And then, obviously, the semi-final will also feature the two teams that won. That's how it works. In the other half of the draw, which, I mean, it is remarkable how it kind of falls for Gareth Southgate's England teams in major championships. But the route to the final for England, if obviously they find a bit of form, we've talked about Slovakia. It's the winners of Switzerland or Italy. Normally you go Italy, one of the big nations, but they're not as strong as the Italy that we've seen so many times over the years. I would say even 3 years ago they were much better. They lost to two central defenders, etc. And a possible semi-final where it'll either be Romania, Netherlands, Austria, or Turkey.
Oh my God! What more do we want in life?
You can't take any of these things for granted, and it's not in any way being disrespectful to those nations. But I know which side of the draw I'd sooner be on.
Absolutely right.
Come on.
Yeah,
it's not about being disrespectful. We got you've said it. Best player in England, best player in Germany, best player in Spain. Come on.
It's time.
Say no more.
It's time.
We're going to the final.
It's time to deliver.
I'm not saying it's coming home.
No, don't say
but
that.
We're going to the final. Remember, you heard it first here. Rest is football. Big Meeks.
Who's never wrong. Shades there. What's going on there?
A double bubble.
Is that a sunglasses thing or not?
One's a sunglasses.
For those of you who are just listening,
so go on. Narrate it for me, Gary.
Right, so you've got like double lenses on there.
Correct. So sunglasses.
Yeah. Ooh.
No glasses.
There's only you could pull them off.
Are they both prescription?
No, I've got contacts in.
Oh, you've got your contacts in as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you've gone triple.
Still can't see.
Oh, lovely, huh?
Only you. Right, that's it.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. And let's see how accurate we are.
Yeah. Or not.
Right, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.